वेलकम बैक टू अवर चैनल शिक्षक जंक्शन, क्योंकि अब नहीं तो कब। दिस इज आयुषी अग्रवाल एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस वट एवर वी हैव लेफ्ट विद। और उसमें जो हमारा पहला क्यू है दैट इज ऑन दिस एम्ब्रायोनिक डेवलपमेंट। सो वी विल टॉक अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर फिगर। एक्चुअली मैं फिगर में थोड़ी चेंज कर दूंगी बाद में, अभी मतलब जैसे हम आगे बढ़ेंगे इस फिगर से नहीं देखने वाले, एक और थोड़ी और अच्छी फिगर है उससे हम स्टडी करेंगे, ठीक है। तो विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच ऑफ योर टाइम लेट्स गेट डायरेक्टली फोकस्ड ऑन टू दिस एम्ब्रायोनिक डेवलपमेंट पार्ट। तो जैसा कि मैंने आपसे बोला कि मैं इस फिगर को हटाकर दूसरी फिगर लेके आऊंगी आपके लिए, और वो दूसरी फिगर है ये, ठीक है। इस वाली फिगर से हम अपना जो एम्ब्रायोनिक डेवलपमेंट है वो पढ़ने वाले हैं। देखो जरा, हमने एक बार लास्ट लेक्चर में क्या पढ़ लिया था। इन द लास्ट लेक्चर वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट द इम्प्लांटेशन। मींस हमारा जो फर्टिलाइज्ड जाइगोट था उसने इनर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ द यूट्रस में जाकर इम्प्लांट कर लिया था, सेल डिवाइड हो गए थे एंड देन इट हैज लेड टू द इम्प्लांटेशन। नाउ व्हाट नीड्स टू बी हैपेंड इज the implantation or the implanted zygote now is developing, and for that development what it requires the nutrients, okay. It requires that the waste materials which are developed within the fetus are expelled out. It requires the supply of oxygen so that the fetus remains alive, ठीक है। एंड देन जो एक और पॉइंट मैंने आपको बोला, इट रिक्वायर्स द एलिमिनेशन ऑफ द वेस्ट मटीरियल। सो फॉर ऑल दिस प्रोसेस, इन शॉर्ट व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, इन शॉर्ट द development of the fetus is going to be happen, okay, and this development of fetus takes place through the establishment of certain structures। तो सबसे पहला जो होगा इस implantation के बाद, what is going to happen is some finger like projections are going to be formed, okay. What is going to be formed? Some finger like projections will form. From where? Obviously from the layer of our zygote. And which layer is that? It is on the trophoblast. Just remember where we have talked about this trophoblast and the inner cell mass. तो उसी की trophoblast के ऊपर क्या होंगे? Finger like projections will develop, and these finger like projections develop from this extra embryonic layer of the chorion or extra embryonic layer, and this particular layer which leads to the development of this is the chorion, ठीक है। तो chorion develop करेगा हमारा layer and this is known as the chorionic villi, okay. Formation of the placenta or the placental villi. See, whatever it is written here, I don't know why this particular thing is not working, okay. This placental villi is actually this chorionic villi. Actually chorion villi नहीं है, chorionic villi है, ठीक है। तो क्या हुआ, फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शंस बने हमारे ट्रोफोब्लास्ट के ऊपर and they are named as this chorionic villi, ठीक। These chorionic villi are surrounded by what? They are surrounded by the uterine tissue and the maternal blood. See, now the establishment between the fetus and the mother will take place. So this chorionic villi is surrounded by the uterine tissue. Okay, sorry, this is the uterine tissue. Let me get an eraser and then make you write whatever it is, okay. हाँ, तो क्या है ये? कोरियोनिक यूट्राइन टिश्यू है, ठीक है। So this is the uterine tissue. Actually this chorionic villi gets surrounded by the uterine tissue, and what? It is surrounded by the maternal blood. Now what happens is this chorionic villi and the uterine tissue gets interlocked with each other, and they lead to the formation of a very important structure in case of pregnancy. And what that structure is known as? That structure is known as placenta. Okay, I repeat once again what placenta is, how it is getting formed. So the chorionic villi which are developed on the outer layer or the trophoblast gets interdigitated. Interdigitated means they get interconnected or amalgamated among each other with the uterine tissue, and what it forms a structure that is known as this placenta. Now what is actually the role of placenta? It is what we have talked about in the starting of our lecture. This placenta helps in the, or it facilitates the supply of what? Of oxygen, then of nutrients. Okay, from where? Obviously from the mother blood to the embryo, and also it facilitates the removal of the waste materials. So whatever we have started our lecture with, so this all is facilitated with this placenta. Okay, placenta, it supplies the oxygen to the embryo, developing embryo, then it supplies the nutrients, and then it also helps in the removal of the waste products that are generated by the embryo, like carbon dioxide hai, uric acid hai, or urea hai. So this and all gets removed by this placenta. Now another very important part that you might see in the figure is this umbilical cord. Okay, what this umbilical cord is, actually it is the point, or it is the place where this placenta gets attached to the embryo. So this placenta, wherever it is getting attached to the embryo, that particular structure is known as umbilical cord. Okay, I know कि this is not very visible embryo, but just have a note of whatever I am saying also, other than whatever I am writing on the screen. Okay, so this placenta helps in the, or this placenta is connected to the embryo by means of what? By means of a structure that is known as this umbilical cord. During the delivery of a baby, this umbilical cord is cut, and actually this umbilical cord is a very important part, especially in the recent era. Why? Because you might have heard of the stem cell bank, है ना, जो बड़े बड़े हॉस्पिटल्स होते हैं, इनफैक्ट आजकल वहाँ पर इनका बोर्ड भी आ रहा है, बहुत ज़्यादा एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स भी होता है वहीं पर, स्पेशली गायनी के डिपार्टमेंट के बाहर. तो वाई इट इज़? बिकॉज दिस अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड इज एक्सप्लॉइटेड इन ऑर्डर टू कलेक्ट दी स्टेम सेल्स. दिस इज नॉट देयर इन योर सिलेबस, दिस इज जस्ट एन एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन विच आई एम शेयरिंग इट विद यू, because this is usually the trend that is coming on in these days. So as a biologist you might know this because you are going to pursue your higher studies after that. Okay, so that is why that is known as the cord bank or cord cell or cord therapy, because these stem cells are extracted from that and then they are preserved for the future use if at all they are required. So it is this place only, umbilical cord, from where they are extracted. ओके चलो ये तो बात हो गई. अब बात हम थोड़ी सी और करने वाले हैं, किसके ऊपर? प्लेसेंटा के ऊपर थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन हम और करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, और वो डिस्कशन क्या होने वाला है? वो डिस्कशन होने वाला है हमारे प्लेसेंटा के जो है उसके हार्मोन्स रिलीज के ऊपर. देखो, प्लेसेंटा इज नॉट ओनली द थिंग दैट only facilitate the supply of the oxygen or the nutrients to the embryo. It also helps in the secretion of what? In the secretion of certain hormones. ठीक, तो लेट मी फर्स्ट डिसेबल दिस फिगर ऑल्सो, क्योंकि अब हमारे पास इस फिगर का कोई भी काम नहीं है जिससे हमें पढ़ना है. ठीक है, अब हम बात करने वाले हैं प्लेसेंटा एज अवर एंडोक्राइन हार्मोन. एंड एक्चुअली दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज प्लेसेंटा secretes very many hormones that are important to maintain the pregnancy in a mother. तो वो कौन कौन से ऐसे hormones हैं? Some of the examples of the hormones include HCG, and the full forms I have already told you in one of my previous lecture what actually the full form is. It is human chorionic gonadotrophin. I am not writing it here because I have already told you, right? Apart from this HCG, what other hormones this placenta makes? देखो, नाम से ही क्लियर हो जाएगा. HPL, human placental lactogen. This is yet another hormone which is secreted by the placenta. Some other list of the hormones is estrogen. This is also secreted by the placenta. Another set of hormone which is made is the progestogen. These are certain hormones that are required in the pregnancy stage. ठीक है, they are secreted only during the pregnancy. Okay, especially this HCG, HPL. So these are the two hormones that are secreted during these stage. Apart from that, other levels of the other hormones like cortisol. Okay, then I know the spelling is somewhat wrong, but just maintain it like that, or I'll just rub it once I write down the another name. Okay, prolactin, this is also another hormone which are actually the level of these 4 hormones. What are they? Estrogen, progesterone, cortisol and this prolactin. So the levels of all these 4 hormones increases during this stage, and this is all because of this placenta. Okay, another form or another hormone that is secreted by the placenta during the later stages of the pregnancy is the relaxin. See, as the name suggests, relaxin, that means it might have role in the relaxing or at the time of the delivery. So that is also a hormone that is secreted by the placenta, and all these hormones are required for what? They are required for the fetal growth, right, as well as the maintenance of the pregnancy. Now apart from the, now this is all about the placenta part. Okay, now another important point that you should note down during this embryonic development stage is immediately after the implantation part. See, the outer membrane, on the outer part, that is the trophoblast, we have the chorionic villi formation, which in turn leads to the formation of the placenta. The inner cell mass gets differentiated because it is the portion from where the organs has to be formed of an embryo. Okay, so this inner cell mass gets differentiated into 2 layers, and what are those layers? They gets differentiated into the ectoderm and the endoderm, which will lead to the formation of various organs within the embryo. After this, a middle layer appears in between these, and what is it is known as? It is known as the mesoderm. In your lower standards, you might have learnt that these 3 layers lead to the formation of various organs or tissues in the adult. So from where they are getting formed? They are getting from this inner cell mass, which we have already talked about. Okay, another important thing about this inner cell mass, which I think I have given you hint in the previous lectures. Okay, let me change the color, because this portion, this thing is somewhat different from what you have learned. So obviously I'll change the color to make it more interesting, है ना. वैसे भी थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो ही रहा होगा शायद से कुछ समझने में. अगर हो रहा है, then you are free to ask your doubts in the comment section or through the Gmail ID or through the number which we have provided you. Do not hesitate to ask your doubts anywhere. Okay, so another important point, actually interesting point about this inner cell mass is of these stem cells, which I was talking you few minutes back. Okay, these stem cells have the potency to give rise to all the tissues and organs. So that is why these stem cells are actually harvested at the time of the birth, and they are protected in specialized banks. Like blood is protected in the blood banks, that is why same in the similar manner, obviously the conditions will be different. But yes, these stem cells are also protected in the stem cells bank, and God forbid if they are required in the higher stages or in the later time, if at all the child develops some of the injury or disease which can be cured with the stem cells, then they are going to be a beneficial point if yes, they have been done at the time of the delivery or at the time of the parturition. Okay, so this is all about the embryonic development within the uterine cavity of a mother. Now there is a diagram, or there is a little bit information about you regarding how this embryonic development goes on in the fetus. Okay, so what it says, see, it is very obvious from this figure also, what are the different stages of a fetus or the embryo that forms during the time of the gestation period, you can say, although we will talk about that in our next lecture. But yes, I have given you some terminologies. Okay, so again changing the color so that you might have a good note on whatever we are going to discuss. Yes, so the development of the fetus goes stage wise, like it is very obvious from the figure also. So what happens is, after 1 month, okay, after 1 month, some important organs are formed, and the very important sign of a developing fetus is usually visible during the after the first month, and what it is, embryo's heart gets formed, and you can listen to the heartbeat by carefully examining it through the stethoscope. So that is how you just have a sign of a developing fetus after the 1 month of pregnancy. Okay, so how you can, so it gives the first sign. Okay, although it is very visible in the early stages, but yes, of a developing fetus this becomes a common signal. Next, by the end of the second, okay, some of the things are also visible from the figure itself, ki embryo at 8 weeks looks like, at the 12 weeks it looks like, and then sequentially the stages go on like this. If I'll just brief you what are the other developments that are seen usually in the embryo. So by the end of the second month, what happens is fetus develops limbs and digits. Okay, that is how you can see from the figure also, limbs and digits gets formed at the end of the second month. Then by the end of first trimester, okay, trimester means 3 months, trimester, trimester, see tri denotes the 3 number. Okay, what happens is most of the organs are developed, which includes the limbs and the external organs. So this is at the end of the first trimester, limbs and external organs. In fact, most of the development of the organs gets completed by this time. Then at the end of the second trimester, what happens is, yes, what happens is body gets covered by the fine hair, then the development or the separation of eyelids happen. So this is all happened during the second trimester. Okay, and by the end of the third trimester, that means the 9th month period, the baby is fully ready to be delivered out. The fetus is ready for the delivery. So this is how what happens during the developmental stages, and these are the signs of a healthy embryo, which obviously a doctor looks upon when the fetus is getting developed into the mother's womb. Okay, so this is all about this embryonic development part. A very short lecture is left behind in this chapter, that is of the parturition and the gestation. So what are the changes that takes place, that all we will talk about in our next lecture. Next lecture is going to be very short, and with that our chapter is complete with respect to this part specially. Acha, one more important thing that I would like to tell you in this particular lecture itself, ki after each lecture I am providing you with some of the questions so that you can have hands upon that. But after this particular chapter, according to your NCERT syllabus, I will not provide you questions. Why? Because I will provide you questions directly after the 4th chapter according to your syllabus, that is the reproductive health. So we will, because these two chapters are interrelated, so after completion of that chapter I'll get back to you with the questions and whatever important things that you can have in your exams, either it be competitive or either it be your board. Okay, so we will discuss them all at once. You do not just hesitate, or do not just worry about ki questions are not provided after the end of the chapter, because I think you all are habitual of that. So we will do at the end of the 4th chapter according to your books. Okay, that is the reproductive health. So we will meet in our next lecture. Till then, take care, have a good day, bye bye all of you, thank you.